at the starting lineups for Seattle and New York for the Storm. That group of 5 was absolutely incredible, losing 17 of their final 20 games, but of course that was a very different Liberty team. And the 2020 WNBA season, here is Stewart. Her jumper off the mark, and the rebound collected by the Liberty, but tossed right to Alicia Clark, who finds Natasha Howard underneath. The pull-up jumper is short, and here's Sabrina Ionescu in her WNBA debut, leading the charge for the Liberty. Good find underneath. Zawi B.
Use their fresh legs, pushing the ball down the floor.
Liberty cough it up. Here comes Sue Bird. Bird the shovel to Stewart. The hesitation, drive, and finish for this period of time. Really worked on for a one-on-one game and just adding to her repertoire when it comes to being able to face us.
There right now.
Here is Sabrina. Good backdoor cut. Lasia Clarendon gets free for the lay. Howard facing up and connecting on the. Here's Lloyd. Difficult look, but she cans it.
Jewel Lloyd sees she's got the rookie on her. Just a little step back. Again, that was solid defense by Sabrina Ionescu.
In Seattle's 2 playoff matchups. Good hands by Clark, who was second-team all-defense a season ago. Sabrina Ionescu can't bank it in, gets it back, and lays it home.
Only fitting that Sabrina Ionescu's first bucket comes off of a rebound, because that's one of the other things.
Veteran. And that's something LaChina talked about in our open, right? That's going to be important in this particular season where everybody's going to be gunning for her.
She's poised and mature.
As a backup point guard for Seattle, who started last season with Sue Bird missing the year. Nice look underneath. Clark finds Stewart for the. Sabrina Ionescu's debut so far, 2 points, 4 rebounds as she is trapped and fouled. Shot clock at 7. Here's Kia Nurse, the spin, the pivot, 3 to shoot, fading away, gets the roll, well done. Giving it up, and Clark unable to finish underneath. Good hands by Sabrina Ionescu to pop away with it for New York. Here is Sabrina forcing her way in. 4 points, 5 rebounds in 7 minutes thus far for the #1 overall pick, Sabrina Ionescu. Epiphany Prince left alone, buries it. Stewart will fire short, and it'll tilt out of bounds. Back to New York, taken by Stewart. Stewart, good footwork underneath to finish with the. Inside of a minute to go in this opening quarter as Mercedes rushes. Clarendon wedges her way in. Good look underneath, and the layup. An 8-point Seattle lead. Started this second quarter. Sabrina Ionescu back in as Clarendon gets free for the lay. Clarendon directing traffic. Here's Zawi B firing away and hitting from 3. That pass knocked away. Here comes Clarendon with the Liberty down just 2, and this game is tied a season ago. Take a look at what happened with her here as she went down after extending that right leg and was being looked at by the medical and training staff of the Liberty during the timeout. You see the left leg landed kind of awkwardly and then ended up in Bradenton, Florida, on the campus of IMG Academy, where the 2020 WNBA season will take place exclusively, as Clark times already. Here is Sue Bird back in for Seattle. A good look for Lloyd in the corner on a 3.
Screens defensively. That time Ionescu got caught up. Lloyd with the open look.
Good look from Sabrina. Couldn't be controlled underneath by Odom. Here comes Seattle. Lloyd's pull-up. It is good. Plus the foul.
Favorite things about Sue Bird's game years ago and now is how quickly she advances the basketball with very few dribbles. Her vision is terrific, and she delivers.
2 of 6 from the floor, still awaiting her first assist. Is that poke from behind by Stewart? She receives from Clark and lays it in.
Here you see the screen, and it's a jump switch by Brianna Stewart. Long arms, able to poke from behind. But again, Sabrina's going to
when she went down, but they are calling it a sprained ankle, which would appear to be good news for New York.
All right, Holly, thank you for the update from inside. Jocelyn Willoughby from East Orange, New Jersey. As that baseline jumper. Here is Sue Bird finding Stewart. Her three is good with that. Good hands there on the steal. Clarendon picks it up and lays it in.
Clarendon. You mentioned it, a player who missed the majority of the season a year ago for
13 points, 3 assists for Clarendon. Stewart able to come up with a steal.
3 o'clock game, can't wait.
Bird connects on it. Here is Howard. Howard wiggling her way into the lane and spinning it home. Good backdoor cut and finish on the
We
bucket.
saw the back cut. I mean, in the first half, they were 8 of 10 inside the paint, 5 from 12 for outside. And there you see Sabrina.
Shooting at a 48% from 3. Here's Sabrina trying to work Howard. Spun around her for the lane.
Saw the switch. Howard's a terrific defender, but she couldn't stay with her.
That's the defensive player of the year that Sabrina just bolted around. Thought about it, now we'll give it up. Here is Bird. Her straight on three is good.
Brianna Stewart looking pretty sharp physically, coming off of her injury a year ago. Sue Bird's looking pretty.
Bird pushing pace. Pull-up jumper denied by Stokes, but controlled by Seattle. Stewart, no. And Zawi B throws it away. Clark, the bounce, and the finish.
Alicia Clark with a pinpoint pass inside to with New York, and you're out there with a bunch of other rookies, all trying to figure out what's going on.
Magmagor, good D there as she... Now Jewel Lloyd walking back to the Seattle locker room. You can see her holding her back, both teams in the arena, to honor Breonna Taylor, who's 26 years old. And we know her mother is...
But Jewel will be back and able to return to this game. One note, Jewel ordered a portable hyperbaric chamber, so I have no doubt.
A 7-point Storm lead. Here comes Sabrina Ionescu. Catch and fire from Stokes is good. Made 3. You talked about it earlier, Rebecca. Now she's getting the green light now from Walt Hopkins. And Bird answers. Holly Rowe can add some more on that.
I love that you said it is a soundstage. It's not an arena, actually.
Personally, from the players we've talked to, is how impressed they've been with the setup and what the league has done to get this season.
Because they've just come from their overseas season, and they've been playing basketball for the previous few months. So the action...
And Magmagor on the floor for Seattle. Check that Jordan Canada in now for Bird as Wickham will take place. Sabrina Ionescu's professional debut, 10.7 read. The Liberty as a team are 3 of 20 from deep. A 9-point Seattle lead to begin the fourth is Jordan Canada. Just so good to see live basketball on our air as Canada scoops it in beautifully.
In attack mode, that's where Jordan Canada really thrives, where she has her success. You've seen it the last 2 times down the floor.
The relationship blossomed. She said it's been so nice to get into the head of an elite point guard.
Inside, Russell flips it back out. Plenty of time to operate for Canada. Canada's jumper is good. 13-point cushion for the Storm.
Oof.
Nice look inside, and then the foul on the...
Look at his pass. I mean, pinpoint right on the money.
Wow.
In between 2 defenders.
6 to shoot. Howard dumps it to Russell. 3 to shoot. Russell can't squeeze it in. On the follow, she can. Russell with her first field goal of the game. It's a 14-point Storm lead, and then Russell on the rejection on the other action. Overseas, as well as for Team USA. Liana Odom, Kylie Shook, and Joyner Holmes for New York. Russell's jumper is true. They have not had their usual ramp up to games at all, as Howard on the denial, the follow from Holmes, no, and Howard
Well, shooting hasn't quite been there.
10 points for Sabrina Ionescu on 4 of 15 shooting. Here is Stewart, rimming in a 3. Defend their title last year due to Sue Bird and Breanna Stewart missing the entire season. Jocelyn Willoughby connects from
They
three.
don't have Elena Deladon.
No Natasha Cloud, also new acquisition Tina Charles not playing. Baseline jump. Odom buries a three. Brianna Stewart out of the game now for Seattle as Whitcomb misfires on the three. Akpagor. Sabrina now with 12 points. Final 40 seconds. Whitcomb squeezes it in. And the first game of the 2020 WNBA season is in the books. The Seattle Storm win it 87-71 over the New York Liberty.
Our final score, the Seattle Storm 87.
Sabrina Ionescu, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists in her debut.